Well, here we are, guys. A year later, after Five Nights at Freddy's 1 was released onto Steam. There are so many things that I want to say right now, so I don't know how long this video is going to take. Hopefully not too long. And I also haven't written a script for this one. I usually write scripts for my miscellaneous videos, you know, like my theory videos and such. So here goes. This part of the message is aimed mostly at Scott. Actually, it is aimed pretty much at Scott. Scott, you have made such an impact on so many. Take my glasses off. Scott, you have made an impact on so many lives in this past year. You don't even know. You've probably saved so many people's lives with these games. There are probably some people that were honestly suicidal, and then they went and they saw this new game. Hey, look, this guy's trying to keep the Chuck E. Cheese robots off of him in the middle of the night. And they probably saw the game and they're like, wow, this looks pretty cool. And then they probably saw it and they joined the fandom, and now they make theories. All that, you know? You saved your own life. You started as a cashier at Dollar General. You were younger than your boss. That is insane to think that now you're sitting you're sitting right now probably smiling because you have a wonderful, loving family that you've been able to support throughout all of this because of these games. You have put out 4 games in less than a year. Not many indie developers can say that they've done that. I mean, I know that the games are not as big as Call of Duty or even Team Fortress 2 or games like that, but they have so much gameplay and story and plotline in them that it's worth it. Sure, you pumped out 4 games in a year, and people may say you milked the series or whatever, but you tell a completely different story in every single game. Each game unraveled more and more of the plotline, and it really is deeper than people think. When people usually hate on the Five Nights at Freddy's community, they usually say, oh, it's the game's too easy, and the creator is milking the series. But they don't know about the deep storyline. That's what they don't realize, is that you put so much time into thinking all of this through, all the Easter eggs, the Fredbear and Friends 1983, and the Bite of 87, and the newspaper clippings on the wall. You've inspired so many people in the community to take up game programming and 3D modeling. You probably don't even know how many people have been inspired to go download Blender or buy 3ds Max because of you. ClickTeam Fusion 2.5 sales probably skyrocketed after the release of Five Nights at Freddy's. And good, because you're inspiring kids these days, because let's be honest, most of the community is under the age of 18. Which I guess would still be technically considered a kid. You've inspired all of them to take up new career paths. When they get older, they may be game developers. They may want to be game developers. They may have been discouraged. But then you came along and you said, do what you want. If you try your hardest, you can do anything. You yourself said people who hate success will never become successful. And that is so true. That is true beyond what I could say. And not only are you making probably millions off of these games, you've donated so much to charity. You donated over $250,000 to St. Jude. You donated $5,000 to the one site through me, which thank you so much for that. You donated $500 to the American Heart Association a couple months back. Back when you released your first game, all the proceeds went to charity. You raised $1,000 for that. I know you're modest, but I think you need to hear this, that you are such a big inspiration to the community, and everyone who has played these games knows how much them playing really means to you and to the rest of everyone. Knows how much it means to everyone, including you, Scott. In Five Nights at Freddy's 1, it was your debut game, and you probably didn't even know how it was going to turn out. and neither did anybody else. But in this game, you introduced dim lights and cramped space, which made it which made it much more scarier. The atmosphere was just very, very, very scary. And that was probably one of the reasons why it was so successful and started this amazing franchise. In Five Nights at Freddy's 2, you took away the doors, so the player didn't have as much security as they did in Five Nights at Freddy's 1, and on top of that, you added more animatronics and more storyline in the form of free roam mini-games. In Five Nights at Freddy's 3, you introduced Springtrap, which was a completely huge different part of the storyline. The maintenance panel, you know, resetting the audio systems and such. And through the mini games, you helped us free the children. You helped us let the souls of the children killed by the purple guy, we let them go. We let them free. They were no longer trapped. In Five Nights at Freddy's 4, you brought along an entirely different perspective. You're in a house. You're playing as a kid. Nobody expected this. But still, they enjoyed it. They didn't complain that you weren't playing in a pizzeria. Not to mention the hype that you've created with the teasers. I mean, oh my goodness. Starting with the one all the way back for Five Nights at 1 with the Freddy and the 2 endoskeletons. That was really something. And then with Five Nights at Freddy's 2 with the grand reopening with the withered Freddy tipping his hat. And then the something borrowed, something new Bonnie teaser. And how you always manage to keep Chica out of all the teasers. Except for one in Five Nights at Freddy's 3, but I will get to that. And then the Foxy teaser for Five Nights at Freddy's 2 with Mangle and Foxy. And then this is when I joined the fandom, the No Place to Run and Exactly One Place to Hide teaser, where everyone thought it was going to be free roam, but that wouldn't be Five Nights at Freddy's. The whole point of Five Nights at Freddy's, what made this series unique, was that you had to stay where you are. You couldn't get up and move around the facility to go stop the animatronics. No, you were helpless. You had to stay and either defend against yourself and either defend against these animatronics or get what's coming to you. And then with the puppet teaser, oh my goodness, that was some really spooky stuff. Everyone thought he had no neck. That was insane. And then you released the game months early, and even at a cheaper price than you said you would. You said it would be $10 in an interview, but then you lowered it to $8. And what did you do? What did you do when the demo wasn't able to be approved on time? You said screw it, release the whole game. You did that for us. You knew we were looking forward to that demo. You knew we were looking forward to the gameplay that we were going to experience. And you didn't want to disappoint us, Scott. You didn't want to disappoint your fans and your community and the family that you have built with these games. So you said, you know what? Here's the full game. I don't want you to wait that long. And then the offline teasers. Of course, it was offline. And then there was when you wished everyone a Merry Christmas. And then the offline teaser where you put the 3 in the bottom right corner. You know how hyped people got because of that? The subreddit went nuts. Then it went away temporarily, then it came back, I remember that. Then in the source code, the 30 years later, only one left. And everyone freaked out. They're like, oh god, what is happening? And then you came out just completely out of nowhere and surprised everyone. Alerted all their page monitors. Showing the I Am Still Here teaser, which everyone thought was a new animatronic, which it was. It wasn't Fredbear, no it wasn't Golden Freddy, it wasn't Golden Foxy. It was Springtrap, but no one believed that. Then after the I Am Still Here, the What Can We Use, where you put the spotlight on the box of unused toy parts and such. And on the right of that teaser, you put Springtrap right there in the darkness. And everyone freaked out because they were like, oh no, it's a new animatronic. And then the teaser of the map, where you hid the vents ever so cleverly that you had to brighten it to find out that they were there. After the map was the troll game where everyone thought your website had been hacked. And earlier that day you had told everyone how the beta testing was successful, and you spelled out the letters, "My name is Springtrap," and everyone thought you had been hacked, and Springtrap was the name of the hacker. So you showed them. You told them, "No, I'm not hacked," and you released the troll game, and everyone thought it was going to be Five Nights at 4. At first I thought it was a Trojan, so they were like, "Don't download this." And they opened it up and they were like, "Wait a minute, this is just your game with a Freddy head on the main character." But that was a teaser in itself because it showed images of Springtrap. Very well done, Scott. Very well done. And then the Guess Who with the 10 that we still haven't figured out in the bottom left. We still have no idea what it means. Maybe the animation or whatever's coming out on October 31st will tell us. And Wizard or Phantom Balloon Boy, or I guess Phantom BB, in the right corner. Everyone thought, "Holy crap, he's back!" And he's scarier than ever. And then the day after that, the "It's All in Your Mind" teaser with Foxy and Chica, Phantom Foxy and Chica, with the text "It's All in Your Mind." Later that day, demo being released, and then later on that day, the game itself being released, where you did that awesome countdown, game being released in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.5, and then the game released. I remember I was sitting there just refreshing the page over and over, waiting for it to drop so I could go buy it. I don't know if anyone else was doing that, but I remember I was doing that. I remember the first scare I got in Five Nights at Freddy's 3. It was Phantom Chica. I looked on the monitor and I said, "Holy crap, what is that?" And I got it in my camera, and Phantom Chica was right there. And I screamed, which made my roommate scream. Scott, you have started so many fights and debates in the community, but it's all friendly, we know that. First it was who did the bite of 87, obviously in Five Nights at Freddy's 1, the common theory was Foxy, and then Five Nights at Freddy's 2 came along, and that whole theory was out the window. Then it was Mangle. Nothing really talked about in Five Nights at Freddy's 3, but then in Five Nights at Freddy's 4, the whole Fredbear situation, and that is itself is a debate, whether that was actually the bite of 87 in Five Nights at Freddy's 4, or if it was the bite of 83, judging by the Fredbear and Friends 1983 teaser in the Night 3 minigame. We still don't know whether Mangle was a boy or a girl, and I don't think we're ever going to find out. I personally think it's a girl, but Phone Guy refers to it as a boy, and he is technically a Foxy. It is technically a Foxy remake, so there's that. There's also that Five Nights at Freddy's 2, is it a sequel or a prequel? And holy crap, this got the fans so riled up. And it's all the evidence points to it being a prequel, but we honestly still don't know for sure. But everyone's pretty sure, honestly. Come on, Scott, you've just inspired so many people to do what they love with that inspiring Steam message. After everyone was worried about you being depressed and sad, and the one guy telling you to stop making games, you said, "Okay, I'll stop," and everyone just got so sad because they thought you were stopping forever. And then the post came out, the Make a Difference, where you inspired and probably made a couple people cry with your words of inspiration, and we can't thank you enough, Scott. So what's left? There's whatever's coming on Halloween, which won't be a sequel, prequel, or Five Nights at Freddy's 5. And then there's the movie, but that's it. What's left after that? The fandom will slowly die down. There won't be anything left. All theories will probably be finalized and confirmed after the movie. All that will be left is a couple pieces of art. And that's it. All the mods will probably leave. The subreddit will probably start failing. And eventually, private. Subreddit will be gone. At this point, Scott, you may have moved on to other things. You moved on to making other types of games. Maybe back to Christian games. You may have moved on, but the fans won't. These characters hold a special place in the hearts of children and adults alike. And it will be that way forever. I bet you no one will ever forget Five Nights at Freddy's. You have made such a series, a franchise, a story. And we are all so happy for you. Because you are such a good guy. I joined this fandom because one day my brother said to me, "Look at what this guy is playing." And he was sitting there, he was playing Five Nights at Freddy's. And I thought, wow. Alright. So I went and I bought it. I had to borrow money from my other brothers. I have a lot of brothers. I had to borrow money from my other brother to go buy it. Once I did, oh my god, I was so scared. I couldn't even stand near the computer after Freddy's jump scare. When the power went out, I got to 3 a.m. night 1 because I was so creeped out and terrified. I got to night 1, 3 a.m. and power went out. I thought, oh god, he's gonna kill me. And I backed away from the computer. I still jumped. I was like 10 feet away and I still jumped when I saw him pop up. Didn't even hear the scream. I still jumped. That's how good you made the game, Scott. Yeah, Scott, you may move on to other things, back to Christian games. And the fans will follow you. Whatever you do, people will follow you. Hopefully it doesn't bother you, honestly. They've not only grown fond of the Freddy characters, but also of you. They've seen how great a guy you are. They know how awesome and just, they know, oh god, I can't even express it in words. They know how much of a role model you are, and how you believe in everyone. Through all the hate videos and all the incorrect theories, you've stayed positive and humorous with the honest video trailers and the game theory, and even Freddy being Morgan Freeman. You've just let us know that you're still there, and you will come back, like you always do. And that's the past year. To think all that has happened in just a year baffles me. It is insane. I don't think I would have chosen to spend 365 days any other way without Five Nights at Freddy's. Thank you, Scott Cawthon, for everything. This is a thanks to my fans now and all my subscribers. Without Five Nights at Freddy's, I wouldn't be here making this video. I wouldn't be here sitting at 7:30 in the morning recording this video for you, for Scott, for all of the people watching this. I wouldn't have gotten my 1,000 subscribers or my 1,500 subscribers. I wouldn't have been partnered with Curse. I wouldn't have had anything to do for the past year without Five Nights at Freddy's. I mean, just think about it. What would I have done for the past year without Five Nights at Freddy's? What, I probably would have... I have no idea. I probably would have... I have no idea what I would have done. I may have went back to hoping that there would be another Crash Bandicoot game, but clearly that won't be happening. All I can hope is for E3 next year. No, but just without this game, my life would have been completely different. And I owe it all to Scott and to you guys for sticking with me ever since my first video of Five Nights at Freddy's 1 Night 8. And the subreddit went insane for that day. And then Battle Athlete playing Night 8 and Five Nights 2. And realizing, oh yeah, this is possible. I remember the first comment on that Night 8 post in Five Nights 2. It was, nice Photoshop. Unless you can explain to me how you got Night 8 in Five Nights at Freddy's 2. That is at the bottom of the post right now. It has like 15 downvotes. Poor guy. But yeah, just thank you all for everything. Thank you so much. I think we're at like 1,700 something subscribers right now. And we're only going to keep growing, which is amazing. My dream one day is to be able to do this for my actual job. Maybe on the side of, I don't know, game developing. So yes, thank you all so much for sticking with me. For trusting me through my Bad Rats playthroughs, through my Five Nights at Candies. And I just want to say I wanted to record Five Nights at Freddy's 4. I promised I'd do a Let's Play. And that will be coming soon. But it was just way too scary. I can't get through a night, honestly, without either dying or quitting. I also tried day of release. And I did record a whole episode. But the video, it froze. When I first open up Five Nights at Freddy's and I start up a night, it's always really slow until I load all the animations, like when I go to each door and closet and the bed behind me. And although the video failed, when I went to the first door, the video froze for the whole entire thing. Although the video failed, the audio still worked. And I actually have the audio recording of me getting jump scared by Chica for the first time. So I'm going to put it over Chica's jump scare, and I'll add her jump scare sound, and then I'll have my screaming. I'll try to be as accurate as possible as how it was when I first recorded it. I think I hear breathing. Maybe I Jesus! Well, I think that's about it for this time. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Share it with a friend you think may want to watch this. Thanks for watching. Keep being awesome. And in case I don't see you again, tomorrow is another day. But remember to smile. You are the face of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. Goodbye, everyone.